Um, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's a funny thing? I'm thinking about what happens when let me just think here. What's a funny way of drawing what I'm about to draw? Could be a guy packing a suitcase, could be a guy. I think I got it. All right. Okay. Okay. There we go. This is gonna be pretty good. What should I draw? To the one person watching this, what do you think I should draw? It's just you and me. It's just you and me 3 now. 3 of us. And then there were 3. This could have been eh. I will tell you this, when it comes to drawing, for the longest time, I would just draw with pen only, like I'm doing now, but I think around a week or 2 ago, I experimented with drawing with pencil again, pencil as, like, an underlayer, and man, it's such a cheat code. I avoided it for the longest time just 'cause I wanted to make my comics faster, and if you draw, like, kind of something, underneath it, ooh, that's not good. Ooh. Alright, we're just gonna have to make this one really dark. Um, but man, it makes the quality of what you're doing so much higher, or it allows you to kinda mess up a little bit. I gotta start drawing like Goya, like, the Saturn eating his son. That's do you guys know about the story of Saturn eating his son, the Goya painting? It's actually pretty crazy. It's actually pretty incredible. Um, I think that and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I read it's insane, the story of that painting. I mean, on its surface, it's an incredible, crazy painting, but the story is even more crazy. So, I think that Goya no one knew about this painting Goya made, Saturn eating his son. Um, Actually, I don't even know if it was titled that. I think it might have even not have even been titled by Goya. Um, but what do you call it? Apparently, after Goya died, um, they went into his house, and that painting was, like, just painted on the wall or something. It was just, like, on the wall, like, right in the, how would you say it? Right in the, what do you call it? In his dining room, where his children eat and stuff, like, it was, like, a huge painting right dab smack where his children eat every single day. It's like, "Dude, what is this guy doing?" Um, anyway, what an incredible piece, what an incredible piece. Probably it's probably one of the best. I'd say Hieronymus Bosch, with I forgot what his paintings were called, like, but the ones about, like, Hieronymus Bosch's depictions of hell, um, those are probably some of the best paintings ever created. But also there's this artist called John Martin, from the 1800s. I think Goya and John Martin were both from the 1800s. Spengler would say that I think painting peaked in like the 16 and 1700s, but I would disagree. I'd say that um, painting in general maybe peaked then, but the best painters existed in the 1800s. John Martin, and then Hieronymus Bosch. I think he was Renaissance. So um, anyway, maybe I'm wrong then. Yeah. Gosh. Anyway, uh, that where do I write? Where do I write this? That feel when another another our artist is better than you at your own scam. I think this is funny just because I think it's funny to reference art. You know, maybe the type of art that you make as being like a scam. Like, oh man, I got a good scam going. I'm making comics. Such a great scam. Um, I think it's funny to look at any type of because like comedy, actually any type of art, anything where you get something out of something. I think if you're looking at it in like financial terms, there's an argument to be made that anything where you can make money off of something is a form of arbitrage. Um, and maybe making money on your own because uh, maybe making money or getting kind of compensated above maybe what the wages of what you'd get at like working for someone else. It's a really clumsy way of putting it, but anyway, point is, if you can make money off of art, or if you can make money off of your own business, then I think there's some sort of arbitrage in place. And you could say, if you're a finance guy, you'd say, well, arbitrage is, they're rare and blah blah blah. But it's like, I mean, I would argue that if you look at animals, animals exist. Animals, the only reason many animals exist is because I would say that they have like some arbitrage opportunity, like anteaters. Anteaters, for some reason, they took advantage of the arbitrage of ants being easily acceptable. And then they just, evolved an entire niche. And you could say, well, arbitrages are temporary; they only last for a little bit, But you know, anteaters, they evolved into an entire species. They've existed for millions of years. So it's like, I mean, that arbitrage didn't go away. They were able to profit off of that pretty consistently. So it's, I don't know. It's like to create something that hits a nerve in the modern day, it's a scam. But I think in general, to just create something good isn't it. The arbitrage is always there. But it's funny because arbitrages technically you could say, oh, all arbitrages are a scam. So I don't know. Um, I need to move to a how do you spell foreign? Oh geez, I don't know how to spell foreign. FOE for foreign? Is it for Scheisse. Oh geez, man. How do I spell this? Ah gosh. For oh gosh. This is gonna suck. Okay, guys. All right, buckle up. Buckle up, man. The roller coaster's going down. Is that how you spell foreign? I don't know. Hey, can someone comment how you spell foreign? I need to move to a foreign country and change my name. Someone please comment foreign. For the love of everything holy. Comment foreign so I know how to spell it. Oh, so I spelled it right? Oh. Dang, I spelled it right. Big round of applause, everyone. We spelled foreign right. Oh gosh, my brother's watching my screen. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Congratulations, by the way, on winning your thing. Congratulations. Very impressive. Dang. My brother's watching, so we got to keep this more or less this can't go as insane as it could go. All right. Let's see here. Let me see here. Oh, that's who. Oh gosh. Okay, what are we doing? What's next? We got to draw some sort of invention. I need to move to a foreign country and change my name. That feel when another artist is better than you at your own scam. I think that works. That does the job. That does the trick. Okay. Stabbing machine. We could do a stabbing machine. We could do a radioactive machine. We could do a laser sleep alarm. I think that would be funny. It's a slow flow CO2 laser pointed directly at your head. Slow flow CO2 laser pointed directly at your head. There we go. There we go. That's funny. And it'll wake you up. It'll wake you up so that, I don't know. The question is, how do you draw a slow flow CO2 laser? And I've looked this up. If you look up slow flow CO2 laser, you'll get some very weird images. One of the first images you'll get is images of people with very red faces. Very red faces. I studied lasers in college, and I don't think they ever talked about the applications in plastic surgery or dermatology. But apparently, people use lasers on their faces for some reason. I don't know. What else? So we got and by the way, if you keep looking up slow flow CO2 laser, it's going to be a lot of weird dermatology stuff. It's going to keep being dermatology stuff. And like, I don't know, they just have the worst, stupidest things. Then sometimes they just have like laser printers or laser printers. What do you call it? Laser cutters, like laser cutting machines. And it's like I look up, like it takes a ton to Google slow flow CO2 laser diagram or slow flow CO2 laser schematic, and they just don't show you, man. Google has dropped the ball significantly. Like Google sucks, man. Like Google Images and all that, like I don't know. Speaking of arbitrage, that's the old way of doing search is dead. Like search was great, man. I could search up anything like in 2016 and I'd get great results. But nowadays, like it's such a scam economy. Like people abuse SEO where it's like it just man, like Google is it's dead. It's stupid, man. Like Google needs to, like, even with YouTube, man. YouTube, like for creators, you gosh, man, like the UI and the way that YouTube is just set up, it's just, man, YouTube has gotten fat, it's gotten lazy, or Google has gotten fat and lazy and stupid, and it doesn't know how to run its stuff. It does some things well, right? Like Google Drive, um, it, to be fair, it can kind of run some things, but like the things that where it fails poorly. It fails really bad, man. Um, I don't know. But that's the thing. It's like if you own a multinational corporation, like there should be no excuse for I guess stagnating, especially if you're as young as Google. Because I mean the normal trend is if you're a large company, you're going to start dying internally just because of how large you are, because of how like you lose your edge as you kind of age as a company or as you get bigger. Google is definitely there. Um, but man, it's disappointing. It's very disappointing. We need I feel like there's definitely some opportunities for where Google is dropping the ball. So someone should definitely do that. Someone should definitely uh, take advantage of this. But then again, maybe this is just universal. Maybe all SEO is just so good that the old way of doing search is dead. I don't know. Is it possible that what do you call it? Like we need a new Google to figure out what the math is behind Search 2.0. I don't know. I don't know. And what would that math even be? Because I don't know. Like if like some college apparently if apparently some college kids could like you know I think it was college kids. I don't really know the backstory of Google, but if like a couple like of a small team of people could come up with the math to design like how search works, and blow like the competition out of the water, like you know maybe it was only a matter of time before that math no longer mathed. Anyway, let's see here. I think that kind of works. It's like, I mean, you got like a xenon, like no CO2 tube. You got like some sort of that. I'm assuming maybe you'd need some air scrubber. I don't know. Maybe it like takes in something. I don't know. Um, let's see here. Maybe a speaker too. A speaker could be cool. Do. Spruce Nov, no incentive to improve. Yeah, no incentive. Well, no, but there is an incentive. Like the thing is, yeah. I mean, sure. In the short term, there's no incentive to improve, but eventually, if Google continues to like stagnate and decide not to do anything, if they decide to say, oh, we're gonna provide Wi-Fi, we're gonna do like other scams, we're gonna try and get a lot of money and like imagine the Google credit card. I feel like that's already a thing. That's got to be a thing already. But if now they're like, I think they're kind of focused on profit a little bit. But once they get to that point, um, slowly their business will slip away and someone else will take over. That's just how these things work. Unless you're Bell Labs and you're just awesome. Um, but I don't know. It's Google just sucks, man. Just look at their stupid AI, man. Look at their AI. Look at the balls they've dropped. Look at their. It's just I don't know. In terms of a dystopian tech company, I would worship. Google is like kind of Google is at the bottom of the list. Facebook sucks, man. Gosh, what a joke of a platform Facebook is. Instagram. They just nailed the GUI. They just got that. They figured out how to do the GUI, and it worked. Now, and they've been coasting on it for the last decade. Um, but since Facebook acquired them, yikes! I don't know, man. That's well, that's gonna end up backfiring in the long term. I think it already has, but I don't know. Facebook doesn't know what it's doing. Um, yeah, Facebook doesn't know what it's doing. Um, Twitter, Twitter, come on, man. Like, why did he change the stupid username, man? Twitter was iconic. Twitter, the word Twitter, the branding was iconic. But Musk just wanted to, he wanted to make the everything app since like since after PayPal, no, since PayPal, since before PayPal. Um, and and he said, "Oh, I could just buy Twitter and then turn that into the app." It's like, come on, man, you're bulldozing history there. You're bulldozing history in a brand. And now it's kind of like, and I think a lot of like right wingers, like, or not even right wingers, Republicans, which I wouldn't even consider them right wing. Um, Republicans do this. I don't know. There's just like a cavalier lack of regard for like the past or decency. I think where it's just like imagine like what I mean by that is like look at look at like modern like mainstream Republican artists. Like it's degenerate, it's disgusting, it's stupid. Like it's like some country girl in like really really revealing jean short shorts with like a guitar and like a spray tan. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like you're not a role model. You're like the antithesis of that. But they're like quote unquote for traditional values and whatnot. It's like, get out of here. But like that's kind of what this is. It's like a lack of regard for like high class aesthetics and a lack of regard for history. It's like the H1B type. It's in that kind of field where it's like I have like some. I'm gonna insist that this is how we do things just because, and like reject kind of the dialectical process of how systems work. It's like, you know, like I don't know. You don't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy the government and then make a completely new government just because I'm so smart." It's like, no, you gotta look at the past and see how we did things, and then figure out how we kind of like, you know, take a step toward that. You don't burn down the forest. Um, anyway, so what what company is actually good out there? I don't know. It's like Google sucks, Facebook sucks, uh, Twitter sucks, OpenAI, yeah, questionable. Claude 3.7, maybe they're good. I don't know. Geez. Yeah. No, who is good actually? Um, no incentive. Google AI sucks. Yeah, I mean, gosh, like they suck at benchmarks. The image generation is horrific. I don't know, man. It's mostly because of how much they've like neutered their AI. I would say most of the internet sucks now. It seems like everything is unnecessarily long and repetitive for this SEO shit. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just, man. We need a renaissance. We need a new company. We need a new company that's like actually truthful, that actually like blows all these other companies out of the water. I don't know. Maybe a new search engine. I feel like there's definitely some arbitrage here. I'm not sure though. Um, anything open source. Open source, it's all right, but it's also, I don't know. It's not entirely it. Is Apple good? Apple sucks too. It's like Apple with all their stupid controlled obsolescence. Um, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't Apple definitely not good either. Microsoft, I mean, is Microsoft I mean, what's the problem with Microsoft? Let's be honest. I don't know. I don't know much about the Microsoft side of things. Um, I mean, I'm not totally against Microsoft, honestly. Um, I mean, I feel like everything past Windows, what was the Windows after 95? Windows XP, I think. Everything after that kind of sucked, so maybe that's a problem too. Lamp. What? Why'd I write lamp? I wanted I wanted to write laser alarm clock. Oh gosh, man, I I went autopilot. I went autopilot. That moment when you black out and your Neuralink chip forces you to write lamp instead of laser. Man, Elon Musk got me, man. He got me. It's all over. Shoot, where's my black pen? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be a super doomer here. Um, I don't want to just like be kind of negative for the sake of being negative. I'm just thinking out loud to kind of see, are there any tech companies out there that actually are founded on like good principles? Like, and I'm not trying to be like overly negative. I'm trying to like think, okay, is there a company that I could be like, yeah, you know what? They did a pretty damn good job with their company. Because I don't know, man. This conversation is slowly showing me that probably not. Flew too close to the sky lamp, brother. You're a gentleman and a scholar. TikTok, even no, TikTok is obviously evil. TikTok is super evil. It's like, okay, you're gonna have your algorithm promote, basically new like, softcore nude, kids dancing. It's like, what's wrong with you? You're gonna like it's like Snapchat but a little less bad. Like Snapchat is completely evil. Like Snapchat, those the CEOs of that company, I don't know, man. I don't know. Figure it out. But Snapchat is completely, evil. Um, and TikTok, given their algorithm, they're also pretty. They don't care. Dang, dude, is there even a good tech company out there? Is there a tech company that cares about humanity? Jeez, man. Um, jeez. Dell, maybe Nvidia, but they're just like I don't even know. They're just hardware Like they're not really a user facing company. So IBM, man, I is IBM good? I don't know, man. IBM is like IBM is like a skeleton sitting in a chair. I don't know. Laser, uh, not Nvidia, not even Nvidia, man. WinRAR, okay, WinRAR, fair. But that's the problem. That's the problem. If you try and go too open source with everything, it's like then you just don't have any power. I feel like maybe all of the principled software people, they made their stuff open source, and then now they don't have power. And you know who has power? The wolves. The people who want to, you know, monetize your attention and sell it to the highest bidder. That's who wins. When you go open source, when you say, "Oh, you can have everything for free," it's like, okay, sure, we need some good open source. We need some good open source, but like for like big types of companies, like you gotta find a way to kind of leverage some power. Um, you know, because if you aren't like, I don't want power. I don't want power. People who want power are evil. It's like if that's what you're saying, then oh, Clork. I was gonna say fucking Clork. Gosh, um, if you're saying, "Oh, I don't want power, it's not for me." If you don't wanna play those games, like, they're still gonna be played. The games are still gonna be played, just you're not in there. And you probably have a better sense of morals than those power-hungry wolves, and, you know, if you decide, "Oh, I don't wanna pursue power. Oh, no. I'm too good for that." You know what that leads? It leads to everyone being in power being a wolf and exploiting everyone under them. Like, that's what that leads to. If you think, "I'm too good for all this. I'm too good for the games. I'm too good for this and that. I just wanna be good at something and stay in my own lane, and I wanna be left alone." Like, what we've learned in the 20th century is if your goal is to just be left alone, you lose. So, I don't know. If you're working at a company, or if you're trying to start a business, or if you're trying to do this or that, it's like power is an element of the human condition. And if you think that you're better than it, if you think that you're too moral, or I'm too good for this, I'm too nice for that. It's like you are it that is a disservice to everyone under you. It's a disservice to people who rely on you to help make things better. Your goal is to be left alone. Yeah, that's every good person's goal, I think. But you're not going to, because the psychopaths want things from you. They want to exploit you. They want to take things from you. It's like 80% of people rely on 20% of people to do all of the work. Like 80% of people are parasites. Most people don't do anything. You guys are probably part of the 20%. And if you guys aren't aware that that's how things are skewed, if you aren't aware that the psychopaths are kind of out to take money from you, that are out to control you, then if you don't care about that, then you're gonna get exploited. That's what happens. And then, in 20 years, you're gonna look at your paycheck with nothing in it. You're gonna look at your dead end job where you weren't promoted, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, oh, these evil people in power, they exploited me. They did something bad." It's like, yeah, because you were supposed to be the guy who was there. You were supposed to be the guy who climbed the ranks, who, played the games and won out over the people who are just hardwired to do that, you know, who are hardwired to do as little work as possible and maximize kind of what they get. So, I don't know. It's like I think I've made my point there. The amount of armchair moralists is staggering. Everyone is complaining about politicians, but nobody decides to run for office, any office. Yeah, it's like, dude, you'd be surprised at how competent you probably are. Like, if you just put in the effort, you could probably beat most people. So, put in the effort and shoot for power. That's all I gotta say. Um, Schizophrenic beats psychopath. Psychopath beats normie. Normie beats schizophrenic. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love that. I love that. I love that chart. Um, but still, it's like I don't know. That's why you got to be a psychopathic schizo. Like that's how to win. That's how you win the game. um, I don't know. Ruby Ridge. Yeah, exactly. You should go on a stream with Horvath. You guys have similar ideas. Who is that? I gotta look that up. AMD? AMD. Is AMD good? Hmm. AMD might be good. Hmm. The problem is with tech companies is it's like what company is user facing, is like a front end company. Like which company like that is good? And from this little thought experiment in this live stream, seems like none of them. Seems like none of them have a spark. Maybe Twitter. Twitter might be the free speech idea is, admirable, I would say, but there's still a lot of huge problems, like porn on Twitter. That's a huge issue. Like you should not allow that on your social media. Like because it's a cognito hazard. You don't do that. You don't screw around with cognito hazards. Um, I don't know. Yeah, Twitter is probably the least bad out of all of them. Like, if I had to go with kind of an Elon Musk technocracy for the next 100 years, or like Google, corporatism, I'd probably go with the Elon Musk stuff. I don't know, man. I don't yeah, yeah, it's like because with the corporatism, like, it's just it's a slow boiling frog. With the other thing, like, you kinda know what you're getting. You know what the founder is trying to do, or it's not even the founder, you know what the guy at top, the king at top, what he's trying to do, and, like, you can like, there's a lot less of a, kind of a shadow, uh, what's the word for it? Like a shadow, like a shadow agenda. Where it's like, what is Google trying to do? Like, what's their end game? I don't know. It's probably not good, you know? I don't know, when they delete "Don't be evil" off of their company site, it's like, "Hmm, interesting. What do you guys what are you doing over there?" I don't know. I like that Nietzschean perspective, you know? He makes videos about relationship advice, but he's based and says similar to people good not similar thing about people who are good not seeking power. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, here's the thing. I think one good person who's competent seeking power will beat out, like, a lot like, 3 or 5 or 10 bad people who are in power, I think. But I think that good people just tend to not want power. Um, you gotta cut that out. It's like, that's Disney. Like, that's Disney propaganda in your head. Like, "We're better than this. Oh, you know what? This murderer, we're not gonna execute him because we're better than that. We're better than that." It's like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? According to what? Like, where'd you come up with that idea? Where'd you come up with the idea that we're better than executing criminals? Which we got to take the high ground. It's like, what high ground? What are you? Anyway, you guys get the point. Yeah, Homath basically said the same thing. Yeah. See, there's a small collective of people who are saying the right stuff. We're saying the right stuff. We gotta come up with a, little secret society. I don't know. That's the problem. All the people on kind of the right, the new neo right, whatever. They just suck at networking. I don't know. They suck at like generating like a community. Like, they have like kind of a audience, but there's no community. I don't really know how that happens. I feel like if kind of the new scholar class starts gaining power, they would need to figure out a way to crack the community part of it. Um, because I don't think they have it. I think we're slowly starting to see who the main players are, which is weird. It's like a lot of the main players today seem to be, what are they called? Entertainers. But maybe that's just kind of one element of it. But like, there needs to be some centralization of it, some sort of, unification of this scholarly class, so that, they can actually start doing operating in the real world. Because I don't know. I think one problem with the right is they're too individualistic. They think too much about themselves and how they do things. They don't think about things on a kind of on a grander, organizational level. He who has a sword and knows how to use it, but keeps it sheathed in it shall inherit the earth. Yes, the classic Jordan Peterson quote. Um, Jordan Peterson Bible translation quote. Uh, anyway, we went a little mask off. Went a little mask off. We did a little trolling. We drew a laser alarm clock. We drew a that, and I think that'll probably be it for tonight. Um, Tomorrow is Friday, right? You guys got to fast. You guys got to fast tomorrow. I think it's only bread and water or something like that. Um, but yeah, uh, Good stuff. Anyway, it's been an honor talking to y'all, and I think that'll be it. But yeah, fast tomorrow, um, and keep at it. Lent is a good time to improve yourself. So make use of it.